What a do, boo-boos? We are here for our midweek alchemy message. We're just like unpacking our approach to the work this week and our lessons. And so from the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck, we've got Winter, followed by the Great Work, followed by Mercury. Underneath Winter, we have the Sun. Underneath the Great Work, we have the King of Pentacles. Underneath Mercury, we have Ten of Wands. And then as a cap, and a bookend, a finish, we have the Queen of Pentacles, pairing up with the King of Pentacles. Looking back on the whole thing. So, you know, when you look down at the spread, it looks like this. It looks like the Queen of Pentacles looking back on all her work, right? Like reflecting, coming from a place of having arrived at a certain point of success here, but looking back at all the hard work, all the times where we almost gave up, where we thought that, you know, we were putting in all this effort and nothing was coming of it, right? We're really getting our footing though. Like we're thinking about long-term fulfillment, long-term success, long-term legacy, and really having a lot of illumination and insight about that, thanks to the kind of rigid and stern, but much needed truth bomb of the yesterday's full moon in Capricorn, or day before yesterday. You know what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to pause this, let you guys listen to the audio to give you a nice overview. You can look at the spread and then we'll come right back. I can't stress enough how important it is to remember that we are in 3 of the most difficult weeks of the year. Every year, these 3 weeks put us through a pressure cooker that will reveal new levels of insight and clarity about the things that are blocking us and holding us back. The key is to observe and take note without taking reactive actions. Let this information sit for a minute while you emotionally regulate and remove yourself from the soap opera so that you can analyze what's going on in the plot, but most importantly, the subplot. We might get accurate guidance during these 3 weeks, but moves made during this period will inherently be seeded with chaos, because even if we are, say, in a positive state, the vibes are off, man. It's just the vibrational weather every year at this time. Take notes. Focus on taking a time out and focusing on inward transformation, which will lay the stable foundation you need to build the outer change. We're in the right place for now. We are moving past a period of great difficulty where it seemed like no matter how hard we tried and no matter how much we gave, it just wasn't giving back. Nothing was budging. But things are about to shift. Our work is about to show signs of progress and improvement. We are working towards implementing new ideas and new consciousness. Just have patience and lay low for the next 3 weeks or so. It's too hot anyway. Every industry on earth is slumping under the heat. Don't feel pressured. Be at peace. Don't force anything right now. Don't make any permanent decisions or sign any contracts. Mercury's in retrograde. Peace be upon you. So with the, like in the context of all the rest of the cards this week and the full moon workshop, which is a really, really insightful, very direct, great reading. So I highly suggest going to watch it. We are going through this initiative portal over the next 3 weeks, and this is something that happens every summer, like both within Cancer season and Leo season. There are some really sharp and intense challenges. Those are 2 of the more negative months of the year because they're 2 of the most intense hot months of the year, harsh conditions, right? Think about the sun is just blazing down on us. We're totally exposed. So is the ego. This month during Cancer season, we have a Mercury retrograde, and it is causing us to be extra sensitive during a time that's already a pressure cooker. And so during this time, it happens every year, these 3 weeks. It's a Kabbalistic opening in the cosmic portals of time and space that just exposes us to this harsh, direct light, where we're able to fully see things that have been hidden from us, out of our awareness. We're facing a lot of fears. We're facing a lot of our insecurities. We're also looking back to and like having a lot of realizations about early childhood and things that happened during early childhood that may have led to conditioning that we weren't aware of and caused us to sort of repeat these behavioral patterns or these living in these assumptions or whatever. And so that Capricorn full moon really illuminated or is illuminating things that are holding us back, whether that be materially or internally, and both. We have to first change the internal flaw or illness or thing that's just off. We have to get that tuned up before the rest of the physicality will function properly. So we have to set the spiritual and vibrational foundation in order to build something that can be sturdy and stable and sustainable, right? So that's what we see here. There's something about too this week has just been like, take a time out, because also during this period of 3 weeks, it's suggested not to do anything reactive. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't make any big choices. Don't sign any contracts. Don't make any final things. Right? Because we're being pushed and tested through this time. And so anything that we do right now is going to either, even if the best case scenario, we're not being reactive at all, we're totally positive, we're not in judgment, we're just complete certainty in the light, this energy over the next 3 months will still seed whatever you do and start with like chaos. And so it's just not a good time. So chill out. It's too hot. Put it on ice. Just be in your own space over the next 3 weeks and turn inward and reflect and allow yourself to see these things coming up so that they can be healed and transformed. That's part of the power of this month too, is healing and transformation with what we can make peace with. And so part of that is asking for forgiveness, especially where it resides in your tikkun with your mother and your father. So even if we can just pray for the willingness to begin to see things differently and pray for the willingness to begin to let go of resentment and grudges, it's going to start healing our life in all of these different aspects. And so over these 3 weeks, it's like, notice how everything on earth is slowed down. Like the market is like lulling, like it's like nothing's good. Like the streets are empty, the restaurants are empty, bars are empty. It's just people are not out and about, and so embrace that. Don't fight it. Don't let it add extra anxiety. Just see this as a moment to chill and allow for the transformation to take place. Allow for your subconscious to reveal itself. Give yourself some stillness where this can kind of surface. And so the magnum opus card is here with the 10 of Wands, the great work. So it's like we are not off path. So don't let all of this take the information that you're getting right now that's like triggering you. Take a step back from being inside the story and put yourself in the audience. What are you seeing in the plot? What are you seeing about the subplot? Take notes about what you think needs to grow and change, but don't make any kind of moves until the end of this 3 weeks from now. Because like I said, even if you're not being reactive, it's still not a good time to do something and have it be fruitful. So just know that it can be very tempting during this period to look at all of the effort you've put in and feel like nothing is coming forth from it. But it's something that we're coming to an end of this chapter, and we are going to start seeing change soon. But we have to stick with it and believe it before we can see it. We have the Mercury card here with the sun. Or maybe it was even the Mercury... I don't know if the sun card was first. I think I might have switched those around. Either way, the message remains the same. We're having illumination during this time out. This time out is bringing great light and illumination that is nurturing the great work. Whatever the light is being shown on during this period of difficulty and strain and restriction, it is showing us what's holding us back so that we can continue forward and grow. It's part of the work. It's not an indication that we have missed our mark or missed the point or missed the boat, right? So we have Mercury that is in retrograde right now in Cancer. So we're seeing all the things that are getting in the way of our ultimate success, standing in our kingship, right? And so and if that card was with this, it's like we're seeing new ideas, we're having new illumination, and because Aries has just moved into Gemini, we really have like a lot of motivation and excitement and drive right now to implement these new ideas and explore new directions and explore new options. And we want to harness this in the right way at the right time. So if we do it now, it's going to be too impulsive and we're not going to have the right conditions to plant the seed and have that gentle little fragile seed be nurtured. So we need to wait for the right planting season, fall planting season, not necessarily literally fall, but just like not right now, not during this retrograde. However, the information that we're getting, the new ideas that we're getting, the new excitement, we're really onto something, and this is all part of the path unfolding, even the challenges, even the uncertainty, even the strain, right? And it's not telling you necessarily that something needs to change. Maybe it does, but I wouldn't do it right now. I would collect your information, analyze, evaluate, reflect, let the subconscious come forward and let those things be healed over the next 3 weeks before you start planting seeds. Because if you're still holding that resentment 3 weeks from now and you plant new seeds, the resentment is going to be in the seeds. So use this time to heal. And then by the end of it all, you will be the Queen of Pentacles, who's standing in her worth and surrounded by green and lushness, not dry, harsh, brittle, dry, like everything around us right now. The sun is so bright, it's just frying everything up, even with all the rain. Right? And so it's just like that harsh light. But even on the other side of that harsh light, like we have all of this lush, fertile green, the abundance that she's been able to grow, looking back and feeling like, okay, yes, I remember the struggle. I remember how hard it was. I remember how much I had to devote myself. But it's about when you have to put that much effort in, you actually appreciate it and you become devoted, and you know that what it takes to maintain that consistent desire and effort to maintain and appreciate what you've made and what you've grown and what you've done. If it all comes too fast, you don't appreciate it enough because you didn't invest in something long term. You didn't build the muscles. You didn't build the endurance. You didn't build, the kind of love you have something when you continue to put your energy and your investment into it. So all of this is good. We're moving in the right direction. Just let the things come up that need to be come up. Like, don't bemoan the scary moments. Be able to face them. What you face, like those fears that you face, then you become exempt from them. But if you run away from them, they'll chase you. Right? Well, those were the words of one of my teachers, Eitan Yardini from the Kabbalah Center, but I talk about this too, and the way that I word it, and I have worded it for a long time, is that if it's not an issue, it won't be an issue. When it's an issue, it'll be an issue. When I was like neurotic about what I was eating and dieting and trying to be a certain way and look a certain way, and it was like all my worth was tied up in my physical appearance, I struggled with my weight, and my weight fluctuated. And I've always worked out, I've always eaten about the same. And then when it just wasn't an issue anymore, like I kind of hit my peak with all the, I was just like, I can't obsess over this anymore. And it's just like, it is what it is. And I just kind of hacked my natural metabolism, and I just started getting more insight into ways to be relaxed and just generally, put myself in the right patterns and the right habits and trends. And it's just like, it wasn't an issue anymore. It was an obsession. And then all of a sudden, boom, like, I find my natural, state of being at my best. And it's not like difficult, I don't have to like make myself so disciplined or anything. I just like, I'm active and I, I'm not obsessed, right? And I make healthy choices and I use, common sense and wisdom. I eat intuitively, but it's not an issue anymore. It's not an obsession. And so there's no need for it to be like a constant thing, right? If it's not a thing, it's not gonna be a thing. Don't start no shit, it won't be no shit, right? All right, it's hot. All right, dog days of summer. We're not even there yet. Dog days of summer are like August, September. So it's a hot one. It's a hot summer. All right, y'all. Peace.